Hey guys, it's Non here at my trusty filthy desk where I work. Everybody's got to have one of these. I'm going to work some more on what I call the three-dimensionalizing of paper, or what is called Tole, T-O-L-E, paperwork. And you can see, you can have more than three. I'm going to work with three. If I really wanted to sell this kind of work or do a good job, I might make more. And also, I think I told you in the other that I went and bought books because they're like $5 a book online. They're old books. They have really good pictures that I love. And so it's just an easy way to get a lot of pictures that you enjoy. And I'm going to add this to like Alice in Wonderland. I might make it into a baby gift for one of the babies I have to do a gift for. So I'm going to do Humpty Dumpty out of that book. You'll be getting other ones. And you can see I got this dirty old frame. It's a three-dimensional frame. I got it at the junk store for, I don't know, $1. That's a cheap way to do things. People wonder why I go to the junk store, but that's why. It's cheap. And this is going to have to be piecemeal as I do this, so I'll have to stop and go and kind of add it all together. But whoops, there goes my video. And so hang on. So what I'm going to do is take it apart right now, and I'm going to have a clear background to work with. So you can see I just took it apart. I took the mat off. Mats are nice, but I'm not going to use it for this because I'm doing it cheap. And there's my paper, good heavy solid paper that's on the back. And then I'll put the thing over it and we'll see what we do. So I'm going to start cutting, and as I just said before, we're going to cut it. We're going to lay one on the back for the back part, so I'll glue that in after I know where I need it in the picture. And then I'm going to cut around these bits, put those on second, and then the third one on third, and that'll be enough for this one. And so I'll kind of show that as I go so you guys can see as it progresses. And so now I've glued that on, you guys. Glued it kind of mid-center. I put the frame over it to kind of see where I wanted it. Left a little space at the bottom because I might be doing something down there. And now I'm going to start cutting, and then I'm going to do the silicone. So this is the silicone I got, which is way too big. Stuff I used before, it's like a little tube like this. So I'll try to get you guys a little tube, but I got what I got. It's huge. It's what people would do to do a whole bathroom. This is the stuff that you put around your bathtub, around your sinks, to waterproof. But what it works for us is to lift the paper up really well. So this is the choice that most people would use for Tole art. I also sent you some stickers you can use if you don't want to work with the silicone at your age now. You prefer just to use stickers to lift it up, you can do that. I don't think it's quite as nice, but you can go ahead and use that. So I'm going to cut and get this ready. Okay guys, so I've cut out my first batch, and I'm going to show you what I've cut out. Kind of give you guys an idea. So when I look at my picture, I look at which parts are sticking out further. If this was three-dimensional, if it was real, sitting in front of me, what part would be out further than the other? So, and you can make your own decisions as you go, but I'm going to start with, I'm going to show you. So if you look here, I chose this arm here that I'm going to have stick out a bit, right? And I'm going to fit that in so it just sticks out a little bit. I chose this bow tie because I want it to stick out a little bit. I chose each of these legs. I did them separately. You might see why in a while. And I chose this face and the bow. So now I'm going to show you as I place these how I do it. It's going to be a little bit difficult for me to show you with one hand, but one thing I'm going to show you is that I'm going to shape these so that they fit, and then I'm going to attach them with my silicone, hopefully a much smaller one for you. Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. I got to shut the door because the boys are making noise. I can cut that part. Okay, so guys, Mom's holding it. I'm going to show you what I do. So when you bend it, you're going to bend it like this. You can use a paintbrush. You can use, and I bend it out, bend it in to shape the shape you want. So that'll go on there. I'm going to see what I'm going to shape here. So for the bow, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to make it stick out a little bit, but I'm going to make the end go under a little bit so that it looks like the way that a bow would lay. So you can see now I'm just going to shape it a little bit. It makes it a little more three-dimensional, right? And then it'll go on there like that. Does that make sense? Let's look at the legs. Again, I want the knee out bigger. So I'm going to bend the knee like a knee would bend. But I also want the foot out, so I'm going to put the foot out a little bit and then bend this back. So you see, a little bit three-dimensionalized there. Okay. Okay, guys, here's where I put the silicone on. And this, I've got a really, like I said, a really crazy jar, and I usually use clear. But this is what I've got tonight. So I've got my shaped piece, and I've put some silicone on there because this is going to hold my arm in place and hold it out like that, okay? And I can push it down. I can add, I'm going to push the end of it down so that it blends to the background. I'm going to have this out so that it sticks out from those. And this hand's going to stick out. You saw where I put a larger chunk there. And that's pretty well how it's going to be. I can glue down the rope here after we're off. So I'm going to do that with the rest and let you get an idea of how this looks, okay? Okay, guys, I'm going to kind of show you. I had trouble because of this white glue stuff, or white silicone. I really need the clear, but you can see we've three-dimensionalized it to some extent. And you can kind of, it's hard to see in the light, but you can kind of see how it's sticking out a bit. What you do want to make sure, and this is still wet a little, is that you want to make sure that you get pressed down the edges that need to attach to the one underneath. Like that. I'll probably have to attach it. This has been pushed down, and that's been pushed down where it attaches. This one it's kind of moved off a little bit, so I'll have to fix that a little bit. There. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go in, we're going to go in with one more, and you'll see how it looks at the end. It's going to look really cute. So I have to add now the third part. So I'm going to start cutting and adding in the other bits that I want to three-dimensionalize now, okay? Okay, so you guys see I also took out some of the hair and put it up here, right here. Pop that up. Now I'm going to do the third layer. So I'm going to decide what I want to, and this is what I ended up cutting. I don't know if you can see that, because I want it to stand up even more, and it's going to cover here so that it's going to come out more. And I'll probably do maybe the nose and maybe the foot, and not as many on the third one, but just enough to pop it out. And we'll see how that goes, okay? Okay, again, you guys can see where I put that piece of the bench on. I kind of bent it so it sticks out, and it's gonna stick out a little bit. The light is showing where all the cuts are, but once it's in there, it'll look good. It blends all in like that, see? So, yeah, so I'm gonna finish that, and then now I'm gonna look and see if there's anything else. I might wanna cut the glasses a little bit, probably the nose, and maybe just a little bit on the other hand, like the fingers or the feet, just to give it a little more of an illusion of three-dimensional. Okay, guys? We'll get back to it. Okay, guys, so this is kind of the final bit. I've done the nose. I added more to the foot, added some to the rope, I added some to the hand, the fingers, here, hair, another hand. I cut the nose a little different, added the nose on there, and hopefully tomorrow after this all is dried, and I'm going to put it back in the frame, and you can get an idea. It's hard to tell because of the lighting how this looks, but it looks really cute. It's three-dimensionalized, and it'll really be cute on the wall. And then I'm going to add something to it. Okay, guys, that's it for right now.